In the past, in the old days, Pressbooks had a ton of different themes, and this was like Hugh's big passion. Hugh loved playing around with CSS, and he wrote all of the themes separately using separate CSS. And so it was mostly, I think, Ned, it was mostly CSS, not a lot of SAS when Hugh was doing this. Is that right?
Yeah, we only added SAS when we needed to support custom font languages. So
Okay.
SAS was originally added to support books that needed to have fonts added to support, for example, ancient Hebrew, classical Greek, things like that. We didn't want to bundle those fonts by default, and those characters aren't supported in the fonts that we use generally. And so there was a demand to say, okay, let's come up with a system that lets us inject custom fonts into the style sheet of a book based on a user preference, and SAS was the solution for that.
So if you look here, we have a big list of what are called legacy themes, and you can see there's lots of other famous authors that have themes named after them. If you look in, we still have these repos in our GitHub, but here's an example of an old theme. This is the Martin theme. It's on probably pressbooks.com, but it's not being used by our EDU clients. So we're not maintaining it, but it's still available probably for some users. And if you look at this theme, it's a lot simpler in its structure. And mainly it's a CSS file. Remember these? You know, like there's the CSS file that styles everything. And there's probably a little bit of SAS, a few mix-ins. We used to also have a parent theme. This was the old Pressbooks base theme. It was called Luther. And I think this one was commissioned by one of our old clients who was published. It was Fortress Press. Was that right, Ned? So they wanted this theme, and then it became the parent theme for a bunch of other themes. And then there was eCampus Ontario in 2018 wanted to commission a new theme, a modern-ish theme. And Ned built this. Plank, who's been working on our website, I think did the wireframe and the front-end design. And the client had some specifications for it, and then Ned built McLuhan. McLuhan, or pressbooks-book, replaced Luther, which was retired, as our parent theme for all child themes.
pressbooks-book has always been the parent theme. What happened when McLuhan was created is the book content styles within pressbooks-book were replaced with McLuhan styles, and the styles that for the book content that we used to call Luther were moved into its own child theme. Pressbooks-book has always been the interface, and for a long time it included the Luther book styles. And then in 2018 or 2019, we pulled out the Luther book styles, put them in their own little theme for support, child theme for legacy support, and replaced the book styling, content styles in Pressbooks-book with those from McLuhan based on those specifications. This is where those two kind of beginner blog posts that I wrote, the one about, okay, there's a frame and then there's a picture within it. Pressbooks-book is the frame. It's the interface that you see when you read a book on the Pressbooks web interface for reading. But within that, there's also some content styles for the book, and that theme includes McLuhan's content styles. And then when you're using a child theme, you're using the interface from Pressbooks-book, and you're using the content styles from whatever that child theme is.
Thank you, Ned. I did not use nearly the right nuance for that. But you can see here, that was the Pressbooks-book 2.0 release back in 2018.